John Luongo with Indrasoft. I joined there back in February, right before we joined the Accelerator. My history is actually about 20 years working in SRA, in the government contracting space, principally doing capture and proposal work for the last 10 years of that. So Indrasoft was started in 2004, so 14 years of steadily increasing business, working principally in the Air Force space, winning lots of small set-aside task orders. And they graduated about a year and a half before joining the Accelerator from the small business programs. They are now focused on pivoting away from the small business contracts and really focusing in on full and open experiences and how they can actually grow outside of the Air Force where they've traditionally been. So looking at new markets, including the Defense Health Agency, CMS, and other DoD programs. So Indrasoft is actually in an interesting place where transitioning from small business to large, we graduated about 18 months ago, and as we're going through that transition, we're also having to explore new marketplaces. So as we look to pivot the company and get into those new spaces, we've really got two different dimensions that we're having to grow in. Building an internal management team, really focusing on corporate infrastructure and getting the company into the bearings it needs to compete in the full and open space. Yet at the same time, we're trying to open up new customers, new markets we haven't been in. Working with mentors to help us understand both the marketplaces and the pitfalls of a normal transition allowed us to focus on our strategy, where we wanted to go and the best way to get there, rather than the mechanics of how we had to step through some of those growth activities. ACEL360 is really focused on building a community and the ability to come in and interact in an open forum, to be able to work closely with other companies that are going through the same growth issues that we are, really exploring the markets, looking for synergies, not just in how the companies can work together, but in how we can help each other to refine our strategies and really talk through the challenges of going from being a small business to being a large. Offers a unique consulting arrangement, really, that's peer-to-peer just as much as it is with your mentors, and that creates an environment that is untraditional. We all try to network, we all try to work together, but the forum this created really opened up and created more of a communal ability to solve problems that's unique. So I was really brought into Indrasoft to be a change agent. And so when I look at the course for all of what ACEL360 was trying to do, there was no one part that helped me the most. I used the entire curriculum as a mechanism to further my role as a change agent. What we really were able to do was bring in the right people at the right times, so that each one was engaging in the community that I described earlier of the ACEL360 program, so that they could extract what they needed to do their jobs, but also start to create a common vision for where the company was going and the mechanics for how we were going to get there. Often we knew what to do, we weren't necessarily doing it, so this reinforced a lot of principles for us and also helped us to have that introspection that we needed to be able to say, here's how we can be better. Wolf's Den is really built up of consummate professionals. They're one of the few places that I know that you can go to where you can get real tangible help, not just at the strategy level, but also down to individual proposals or capture activities. They really know the marketplace and they help to solve problems in creative ways. It's not about just finding an answer to a government proposal. It's about linking your company up with others where you can actually succeed together and using their background and their diversity of contacts to find the right answers in ways that maybe you wouldn't consider if you were going it alone. So having that assistance and having the fact that you can really get real results from it is a great benefit. The ACEL360 program helped us really create alignment by forcing introspection, right? We work together on a daily basis, but we're all focused on our core tasks. As we came into the ACEL360 program, we really sat down and examined the strategy of how we were pivoting into new marketplaces, how we were building our infrastructure, and used this to find a common viewpoint, not just for where we were going today, but where we wanted to be. Reaching that common vision is the first step to taking our strategy and actually making it actionable over time, and making sure that everybody from, in our cases, the senior leadership team down through our business developers and our proposal staff, really were able to leverage the skills they were either relearning or learning for the first time in a way that helped us advance that vision. We've already started to implement a number of new methodologies. So going from a small business to a large business, we started out having really good task order management and task order processing. So we were very good at doing rapid turnaround activities. When you look at what we need to do in the full and open space, it requires a lot more discipline. We've really already taken the steps to build a strategic vision around the pivot that we talked about earlier that takes the opportunities that we have and puts them on a multi-year pipeline so that we actually have the building blocks not just in a 3 to 6 month window, but in a 2 to 3 year window that says, here's how we want to progress as a company. And we've taken those opportunities, aligned them with our internal capabilities, identified the gaps, and now we're actually investing in strategic capabilities, not just people and training, but technologies that will help us to be differentiated when we actually get to those multi-year goals. So all told, using the kind of capture model, we've been able to take the strategy and make it actionable as opposed to just have a major kind of guidepost. It's actually a roadmap. For companies that are thinking about joining the accelerator, I think the important thing to recognize is that you've got to come in with an open mind. For those people that come in thinking they know the answers, they're not going to leave with the benefit of the program. The real benefit of the program is from stepping back and looking at the peers in your cohort, learning from the mentors, and really trying to grasp the way the marketplace is looking at you, not just the way that you're looking at yourself. Because ultimately, your success is going to be measured on how you're actually going to beat the market. So if you can actually take the visions that you get from others, build them into your own, recognize what makes you different, and then capitalize on that through a disciplined approach to the market, you'll actually be much better off.